badasses. How are you doing? This is the really, well, you know what? Just gonna say, yeah, I'll figure it out. Everything's off kilter because I cleaned. Clean. Dusted it and vacuumed. I didn't wash the curtains. I just couldn't get myself to do it. Don't like that. I don't know if I like that, but I'm gonna do it right there for a minute. I did plan to reorganize all of this, but clearly that didn't happen. But you know what? Baby steps. I got vacuumed. It's vacuumed in here. And I didn't vacuum the fan. You know, I'm gonna stop looking at all the things I haven't done and remind myself what I did do. I vacuumed in here. Vacuumed. I didn't take everything out the way I intended. I will. Get that on the list. It's gonna get on the thing. Anyway, let's do some fucking yoga. Hi, my name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. All of the benefits, none of the yoga bullshit. There's plenty of bullshit here, but not yoga bullshit. I'm looking for a playlist. Morning Groove. I'm on the FN Yoga Spotify profile. I'm on my playlists that I have created. And now I'm in yoga. Morning Groove. I feel like I just did that one. Let's do Morning Groove D. I'm just going to do it. Maybe I don't feel like it. You know what? I'm going to do Morning Groove. Just the straight up Morning Groove. And that will be great. We're going to start in comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. So Morning Groove Yoga is a light to moderate energy flow, not designed, because I sometimes I design it, but a lot of times I'm just channeling the ESPN the yoga ESPN, and but the intention, right, is to move and groove in such a way that our brains will be active, that we can look at our surroundings and prioritize our to-do lists and figure out, what more effectively what might come next in our day. So comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Legs extended. Staff pose. I'm feeling a little tug on my low back. You might be feeling a little tug in your hamstrings. If that's the case, grab a blanket, roll it up, or a bolster. This is just a little one. And sorry, I have to make myself a note. And you'll feel a relief of that tension. Sorry, I'm remembering a task. And I can't say it out loud because I think that the people I was remembering the task for might be tuning in. Actually, you should be tuning in, but that'll be a different conversation. That'll take off the tension and it'll help you sit here. You could also roll your knees out. This is another one where you can relax some of that tension. Actually, I'm feeling a little tightness in my hip flexors. I know it seems funny. Your hip flexors are in the front of your body, but I'm feeling a connection back here to my glute med, which is feeling a little tight. It's layers upon layers upon layers. Or you can go one leg out, one leg in, and I like this one because it takes that pressure off of your low back. Might be a little more accessible to you in terms of hamstring tightness. And you control the strength of this position. If you want to have it nice and comfortable and shallow, you can bring your leg in. If you want to get some adductor stretching in, maybe a little extension of the hamstring, you can widen that angle. You're going to be feeling some external rotational tension. Hamstring, adductors, IT band, maybe glute med. And your knee might be way up here, meaning you're leaning back and you're making a face to hold yourself up. Newsflash, your face can't hold yourself up. I'm a font of wisdom. What can I say? But you can put something underneath this leg, a blanket. Notice I'm being much more mindful with my demonstrations that will help you be comfortable in this position. Comfortably uncomfortable. That's my very first cycle instructor used to say that. We're going to bring this to comfortably uncomfortable. Which I think, if you know where, let's face it, sometimes all of yoga is uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable on the mat. You're uncomfortable in your body. You're uncomfortable in the room. Maybe you have pets or children who are, you're trying to grab your little minutes of Zen. This is the first time in my 1988 was my first yoga class. And I've been doing yoga pretty consistently ever since. There was a brief moment there where I wasn't, and then I returned to it. So 1988, that would be, I don't know. I can't do the math. So I've been doing, where was I going with this? Comfortably uncomfortable, comfortable on the mat. You're not comfortable. You're never really comfortable. That's what I was going to say. And I lost that train of thought. So let's move on. Or you can join me in pleasant seated pose, which is going to be the same process as that modified Z-sit. If your knees are really high and you're leaning back and your face is making that, scrunched up look, expression, that's the word. Again, grab two blankets, grab a couple of couch cushions, grab a couple of throw pillows. I will say I'm a pillow addict. I don't keep buying them, but I have several, and they would be perfect for this, right? Pulling that attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. How are you feeling this morning? What did you do? For me, it's a Monday morning. What did you do over the weekend? What have you got planned for your week? How did you sleep? All of those things. Are you recovering from a virus, whether it's the bullshit norovirus or COVID or RSV is going around now? That's a fun one. Woohoo! What's happening in your physical vessel, this love of our life, right? Our body. Moving that attention and awareness from the physical, let's move into the state and quality of our thinking. And what's going on in your brain? What's on the list? Is the to-do list yawning and stretching and getting, kind of awake, or is it already awake? Whatever you've got going, we're going to slide all of those things, whatever it is, off to the side and create a nice, clear, open field of thought for our practice. We want to hold that silence as best we can. Things are going to sneak in. They're going to sneak in. So we want to acknowledge that and then just, scoot it off to the side. I say like a 70s mom on the phone. With a phone cord. You remember the long phone cord? Yeah, I dated myself. It's all good. And then move that silence into the awareness of your breath. And how's it treating you? It's been very windy here. And though we have a layer of snow, there has been a lot of dust, and the heat's been on because it's been chilly. So that's a combo, right? That affects your sinuses. And then let's invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. And we're going to find a balance between the inhale and the exhale. So this doesn't have to be the strongest, longest, deepest, most powerful breath you've got. It could be just a little bit longer than what you are normally just feeling intuitively without any control. Wherever you are at in that length and balance of breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. Reaching on up to the ceiling, let's connect that stretch and sweep with our inhale. And then exhaling down. Ooh, I just noticed a place where I slept. I must have slept pretty hard last night. I'm a side sleeper like this. And now let's go lateral extension. Big stretch over. I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. Thought I got it, and I didn't. Inhaling it. And the other side. Feeling those creaks and crunches, little pops. Inhaling up, let's exhale and take a forward fold. Tracing the fingertips down, tuck the chin, little rock side to side. Wiggle your toes, relax the energy out of the feet. Excuse me, and we're taking our rest on our forearms. Walking the hands back, nice big reach on up to the ceiling. Letting those hands go, tucking the hands behind the hips, bowing the chin forward. Tilting the ear over to one side. Bowing. Ooh. And taking the ear over to the other side. Oof. Feeling the shoulders. Feeling that space under my collarbone. Feeling the delts. Bowing the chin forward, tracing the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stacking cervical spine. I am going to change the position of my legs. If you're in staff pose, you're going to stay right where you're at. You don't change. If you're in either modified Z-sit or pleasant seated pose, which is not crisscross applesauce nor fucking lotus, by the way. Both of my legs are in parallel, right? Not doing anything bad for my knees, bad for my hips, bad for my low back, which is lotus pose is all of those things. Inhaling up. Bringing the hands back behind the head. Reach the shoulders and the elbows down and back. Exhale. Oh, round the elbows towards the face. Little dip of the upper body. Inhale, reach back. Exhale. And scoop the belly here. Really activate into the core to help support your low back while you're making that roundness. This is a modification of a C curve. Now go about halfway down. Inhaling up. And one more time. A little deeper, and then just turn it into that forward fold. Walking those hands back, nice big stretch up to the ceiling. And let those hands drift down to the hips, bowing the chin. Give me just a gentle shrug of the shoulders downward. Yeah. Just changing the position of the shoulders and the elbows can change the intensity of this stretch. When I talk about strength of stretch, that's what I mean. Intensity. Is it of mild intensity? Is it a stronger intensity? So that's what I want to, if you want to increase the strength of the stretch, right? The intensity. Now, the goal is always to stay inside of that threshold that might be pain and injury. So, taking it easy. Bowing the chin forward, let's trace the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. Moving to hands and knees, I'm going to pad my knees with a blanket. And I'm thinking about, we're going to be doing some upper body work. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing some upper body work. So that just came to me. Feeling my shoulders and my neck and my chest and upper back, all of those things, all of the components. I use a block to bolster, to fix the position between my ankles because I want to keep this external rotation out of the mix. And it seems counterintuitive. I know that if I'm talking about external rotation of the hips, why would I put something between my toes? Because when our legs rotate outward, if we're tight in those areas, right? If we have that internal, I might be explaining this wrong. Anyway, my toes roll in. So I'm keeping my feet in parallel. And what that does is it prevents a release valve of my body in this rotation of the hip, of the femur, in the hip girdle to affect that position. And then I don't get that release valve, and I actually get more stretch out of the hip flexors. I know, the body's an amazing thing. We really should respect it more. Hands and knees, move those hands out from underneath your shoulders a full palm's length. I want to be a little overextended in the upper body. That takes pressure off of the wrists. If you have carpal tunnel, if you're dealing with any, which a lot of us are fighting because of the lifestyles we live nowadays, that's going to be critical, right? Soften the elbows. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears, slight engagement of the core so that we're hollowed up a little bit away from the mat. Inhaling at center. We're going to Chakravarkasana bow it. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, little scoop of the belly, draw back into the fold. Inhaling forward, exhaling. One more time. And what the fuck, lean. Oh. Always the hips, my women. Always the hips. We have a lower center of gravity. I don't know how to, I'm going to do some research. I'd like to correctly label this, but if you are I can't even say genetically because that's not even right, I don't think. Anyway, women tend to have a lower sense. If you have a uterus, there we go. That's a good one, right? Well, or a pelvic womb, maybe, because I know some women don't. But if you were born with a uterus, tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers this time. Roll the wrists. We have a lower center of gravity because there is a it's a design plan. What the fuck, Lean? If you are going to gestate a human being, right, there's a lot of weight you're going to be carrying around. So that's why we have a lower center of gravity. Which by definition, in the mechanics of the body, right there, means that we do a lot more work. Angry cat, tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes with the hips, the glutes, and the thighs. If you were born without a uterus, still even that, I have a problem with language. I'm not worried about it. I just want to honor everybody. I like to be precision of language, right? Specificity. Anyway, you have a higher center of gravity and a larger muscle mass, like, right? What the fuck, Lean? Larger muscle structure in the upper body because you have a higher sense of gravity. It's just physics. That's just physics at play in combination with evolution. Angry cat, tuck. I still don't think I'm happy with that, but that's all right. Tuck the toes. Take the forearms down and roll up the feet. We're just taking a little deeper stretch in the calves. Hollow the chest up from the floor. I'm on my forearms. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. And then bring the knees down and come into child's pose. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Make some fists with the thumb outside of the fingers. Make some fists with the thumb inside of the fingers if you can. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, Lean? Angry cat, tuck. Tuck the toes. Take the forearms down to the mat. Roll up into the feet. Engage the core. Pull that belly up and in, right? Away from the mat. That helps support the chest and the body weight. Come on down. Taking this fold, I'm going to take my right hand across the left, interlace the fingers, and then lean to the right. Move the right hand to the edge of the mat. Take the left hand over the top of that and interlace the fingers and now lean to the left. And inhaling forward for Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Coming forward. What the fuck, Lean? Now I'm playing with the angle of this, so I'm leaning a little back, rocking a little forward, just to find those spaces, angry cat tuck, where I can get a little more stretch out of that hip girdle. Coming up, tuck the toes. Let's take the forearms down and roll up into the feet.
Left leg's going to lift off the mat, just straight back and out. Hollow the chest away from the floor. I'm up and out of my shoulders. Bend the knee and press that heel up toward the ceiling. Coming on down. Knees to mat, leaning back. I'm going to move my hand out a little further to the left. Interlace the right fingers over the top of that hand and now lean to the right. Walk that right hand out. My thumb is to the edge of the mat, just to the outside. And interlace those fingers and now lean to the left. Keep breathing. You heard it in my voice. Ooh. Roll the shoulders, wiggle the hands. Hey, hey, hey. Make some adjustments and then Chakravakasana. Bow it, tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Thumbs outside, squeeze. Spread them nice and wide, and then thumbs inside. Coming on forward. What the fuck, lean. Starting to feel this all the way through the body. Angry cat tuck. Tuck the toes. Take the forearms down, roll up into the feet. I'm engaged in the core, and then take that right leg straight out. Bend the knee, press the heel up to the ceiling. Come on down. Bring the knees down, flatten the toes. We're going back out to the left. Right hand over the top. Reach those arms out, and now lean to the right. That is your teres minor and your maybe some scapula. Oof. Oofta. Leaning forward, let's tuck the toes and step in a little bit. We're going to soften the elbows, soften the knees, lean back into the heels. So it's about length of body here. I'm going to feel closer between my nose and toes than I do between my hips and hands. Now I'm just walking that dog, calf stretching. Look forward. We're going to walk our feet up to the end of the mat. I'm going to grab my block. This is the first standing forward fold of the morning. So let's just, of the flow, I'll say. Oh, whoo, I'm feeling this all the way up. That left side. Elbows to knees. Oh, roll on up. Let's stretch to the ceiling, make some adjustments. I guess I don't love these. Those chi-chis are moving all around it. I guess I don't love these shirts as much as I thought I was going to. Squeeze those elbows back into cactus arm. Lengthen it up. Let's laterally extend. Drive the elbow back. Lengthen it up and come on up to the ceiling. Lengthen it up. Let's forward folding chair. Ooh. Ooh. So we're leaning back into the heels. My toes are almost off the mat. Hips drop a little bit further. Lengthen up through the legs to the block and then take your forward fold. Elbows to knees. Stretch up. Oh, I know. We're also going to do a little cactus squeeze. Tilt the head to one side and reach away from that tilt with the elbow. Roll through the front of the body with the chin and then tilt the other ear. Draw that elbow out. Inhaling up. Lateral extension. Drive your elbow back and down. Oh. Forward folding chair. Taking the hands to the block, lengthening the legs. Little forward fold, bend the left knee. Oh. Bend the right knee, lengthen that left leg. And then take another fold. Elbows to knees. Trace the leg, fingers up the legs, big reach. Cactus squeeze. Now I want to make this nice and wide. I really want to stretch those shoulders out. I'm going to tilt an ear over to one side. Slowly roll through the chin to the chest and take the ear over to the other side. Whew. Lengthen it up. Lateral extension. Drive that elbow back. Roll the hand forward. Oh. Come on over. Lengthen it. Drive that elbow back. And come on around. Oh, inhaling up. Forward folding chair. Take a nice slow arm circle with that. And then come on down for our forward fold. Let's slide the fingers up the legs and take half lift. Okay, we're going to come down to that block. Whew. And release to forward fold. Let's see. I'm bending the left knee. I've still got squish in the right knee, but my leg is extended. I'm going to switch. Touch the mat. Left leg's going to step back and out. Plant your foot into warrior one. I'm going to widen my stance with my right foot, heel toe it, elbow to knee, coming on up. So I'm in warrior one foot. My hips are as parallel to the end of the mat as I can get. And I do that by creating a wide lateral space between the feet. And I'm just taking hands to the back of the hips, dropping the shoulders, give me a little squeeze of the elbows. Give me a tiny tuck of the tailbone, little rotation of the pelvic cradle. Right, lengthen those hands back. We're going to step forward at that back foot. Readjust your feet on the mat for neutral position and take a big stretch up at the ceiling. Let's take forward fold. Tracing the fingers. Oh, down the legs. Yeah, you're feeling me. I know you are because I'm feeling it. Elbows to knees. Let's trace the hands up. Big stretch. Cactus squeeze. Lengthen the ear over. Lengthen them over. Come on up. Lateral extension. Drive that shoulder back. And lengthen. Sorry, drive that elbow back. Inhaling up. Sorry. Excuse me. All right, lengthen up to come to forward folding chair. Whew. Come on up for our half lift. Engage the core. Coming on down to that block. All right. Extending the right leg, but I still have squish. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you on the other side. Bend the left knee. Allergy pill today. Oh, and switch. All right, so my leg's extended, but I've got squish here. It's hard to see with these pants. Oh. Forward fold, touch the mat, bend the knees. Right foot's going to step back and plant. Left foot worms out for my warrior one. Coming on up. Part of this allergy attack. It's the sexy side of yoga no one will show you. Woo, hands to the hips. Drop the shoulders. Give me a little squeeze. And then just a tiny rotation. The tailbone down. Tuck it. Lengthen those hands back. I'm going to step forward that extended foot. Readjust. And take an inhale up. Cactus squeeze. Tilt the ear over. Bring it down. Inhaling up. Lateral extension. Drive that elbow back. Oh, yeah, that left side. Tight, tight, tight. Forward folding chair. Half lift. We're going to come back down to forward folding chair. I'm adding a gorilla pose here. I'm going to take the big toe and put it right in the meat of my hand. Now I'm going to pull my body up and away, scoop the belly, right there. Oh, unwind it. Come forward to the block. Oh, bend the right knee. Take a little deeper of a fold. I guess I switched it up. Bend the left knee. All right, come on down. Left foot's going to step back and plant. Right foot moves out to the side for our warrior one. Tuck those hands back. Drop the shoulders. Squeeze those elbows back. A little tuck of the tailbone. Give me a little deeper knee. Now remember, the knee stays stacked at or above the ankle. I'm going to lengthen that front leg. I'm going to keep my right arm bound. So I'm just resting it along my waistband, reaching out for that block with the left. And now I'm in this pyramid pose. Soft in both knees, but I want to adjust my body. I feel like I'm out of whack here, but I'm not. It's the color of this shirt. I want you to feel square in the hips and square in the body. Like, don't feel like you're leaning, one way or the other. Unwind the right hand. Let's step up, readjust the feet, move that block out, and take a fold. Elbows to knees. Stretch it on. Cactus squeeze. Tilt your ear over to one side. And tilt to the other side. Bow the chin. Stretch on up. Let's take our lateral extension. Squeeze that elbow back. Forward folding chair. Half lift. Back to forward folding chair. I'm going to tuck my hands under the feet. Big toe is right in the meat of the heel of the hand. Now I'm drawing my body up and away. Unwind, come to the block. Bend that left leg. Bend the right leg. Coming on down. Every repetition, step the right foot back, move the left foot out. Every repetition offers something new, a new little place as we move through the tightness and the tension of some areas. I get a little more out of I just get a little more. You just find a little more. That's what I love about fucking yoga. All right, I'm going to leave my left arm bound. Sorry, I undid that. I'm going to leave my left arm bound. It's resting on my waistband. Coming down. I've got squish in both legs, but I'm long and flat in the body. And I want to make sure my hips are square. So don't let this left hip roll forward. That's what I was trying to say when we were on the other side. All right, unwind it. I'm going to move this block, and now I'm planting hands to step the left foot back. Take the knees to the mat. Whew. And take a fold. Oh. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Woo! Let's walk forward. Ay, ay, ay. Alrighty, we're gonna head to our backs. I'm taking a big glug of agua. Yes. So I was thinking about doing something else, but I'm not. Let's come on down to the mat. Oh, open up those arms into cactus. Oh. This is where a foam roller would just be amazing and come in handy. Mine's over there, so I'll leave it there, but whew, I might take final relaxation on my foam roller. That's what I'll do. Little rock side to side. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, take your hand around the left knee. Reach that right leg out. Again, this would be much better on a foam roller. And I'll say it's a lot of hip flexor tightness, and we didn't do Ekapada Ustrasana, but if you wanted to take a moment after the flow and switch and do a little Ekapada Ustrasana, that wouldn't go amiss in this flow. I just ran out of time. I added that gorilla. Bring those knees up, press to the inside of the knee and let the legs hang. So a lot of low back tightness, a lot of low back ache comes from hip flexor and piriformis tightness. It's a lot of hip tightness, especially for, as I said, women who would, let's change it. Let's change the word. Humans, let me think about this. Humans who at birth had the potential to menstruate. I'll shorten it, but that's a good one. I like that one. Humans at birth who have the potential to menstruate have a lot of tightness in the hips, and then that translates into low back pain. I'm satisfied. That one might work for me. All right, take a big toe out to the edge of the mat. I don't mind words. In fact, I love words. Take a tilt over. And human is a good one. Because who gives a shit, right? Who cares? Whew. Maybe you're attracted to some humans and maybe you're not attracted to other humans. That's sexually attracted, I mean. Humans. Humans. But then that does include Homo sapien. I don't know. Human beings, creatures. We are creatures. Sorry, we're windshield wiper sweeping. I went down my word hole. I went into a word language spiral. Heel toe everything and press the soles of the feet together and let the knees hang toward the mat. Hey, everything is made up. All All of the words, all of society, everything is made up. And we can change it. Religion, made up. Forms of government, made up. Someone thought it up and decided it would be a good idea. Some of them are better ideas than others. All made up. Measures of success, all made up. And in fact, drastically inflated, in my opinion. I'm trying to convince myself of that too. So, conditioning, years and years and years, lifetime of conditioning by the patriarchy. Oh, rock those knees in. Let's take a little squeeze. Oh. All right, put the feet on the mat. Move the heels just into a comfortable position, but let's touch the ankles, calves, knees, and quads, thighs, these things. Sorry. I'm going to take a tilt over and down. So this is not necessarily a twist, but I'm feeling this in the hip and up into the waistband. Oh, slowly unravel that. Whew. Inhale and exhale. Whew. Oh. Right ankle over left knee. This one is just a bonus. Oh. Take the left hand up and bring it in. And release. Cross the right leg over the left. Oh, I got to push out on this leg a little bit. Tight, 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 tight. All right, right hand brings it up. Oh, the right leg. Bring those knees up. Give them a little squeeze. Little rock side to side. All right. Check in body temperature wise. How do you feel? Is it warm in there? You get a little chill. We're going to take a little cool down. So I want you to add your layers. Think about where you're going to be comfortable for relaxation. Also think about where your energy is. This particular flow, this particular session is all about waking up. If you want to take that big ooey gooey relaxation, and that's fine if you want to set yourself up in that space. The legs extended, arms at your sides, palms up, traditional Shavasana. A lot of people are not comfortable in this position, especially because we just did a lot of hip and upper back work, which is translating into low back heat. The body is an amazing fucking thing. Tuck a bolster or a blanket underneath the knees if you are feeling that tension or uncomfortable position. If your nose feels like it's looking at the wall behind you, roll a beach towel under the neck so that your nose is looking straight towards the ceiling. If you are gestating a human completely and fully on your own by your own autonomous choice, and you have full access to reproductive rights and care, lay on your side. I think it's your left. I'm not sure. I should probably look that up. Listen, I haven't taught a prenatal class in 15 years. And I haven't, 10 maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there. And I haven't had, my last baby is just turned 27. So get off my back. step off. But if you're doing that, I want a pillow or a cushion between your knees. I want you to have a pillow or a cushion under your head. And I want you to have something to rest your arm over. Right? You can go feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. That works. Arms that you're in cactus position. That works. I'm going to roll up, put on my flannel, and then get onto the foam roller. I'm going to pull it, Dalen. Right, baby? Right, Dalen? You know what? I haven't talked to you in a long time. We should chat. I'll send you a direct email. Dalen is one of my oldest clients, along with Connie. I don't know if Connie's still here with us. Connie's having trouble. She's healing up parts of her anatomy, which is what happens, right? Our bodies. We got to take care of our bodies. Connie's taking care of her body. All right. Getting settled. If you're going to join me, you have a 36-inch foam roller. Whew, I need to. I'm still crooked. I can feel it. All right, I'm going to snap my flannel. I've got my tailbone and up to the back of my head on the roller. I don't know, Dalen, that might not even work for you. I'm not sure. Dalen's whole body is as long. Her leg is as long as I am tall. Almost. Roll your shoulders forward. Find your balance between the feet on the spine, and then drop those shoulders and arms outward. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your forehead. Notice all of the tiny little muscles and nerve endings around the eyes and in the forehead, in the temple. Unclench the teeth. Let the jaw relax. Let the tongue release away from the roof of the mouth. If you, little shimmy of the shoulders, little shake the arms, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Make those fists, one with the thumb outside of the hand and one with the thumb inside of the hand. Relax the upper body toward the mat. Notice the length of spine from the base of the neck down between the shoulder blades, through the rib cage. Lift the tailbone and then get heavy in the torso toward the floor. Give me a little squeeze of the thighs, a little shake, flex the calves, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles, and then let the lower body relax. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. I want you to notice the clarity of thought. Just hold those things off to the side. They're trying to get your attention. We have time for them to wait. Shh. And then anchor that silence into the breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Pulling that attention and awareness away from the breath and expand it out into the body. Start taking some deeper breaths. Big sign in, big filling inhales, big sign exhales. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Take another lovely stretch out. Oh, as you're, it's just gonna turn into a yawn. That's how it's just gonna work that way. Oh. Bring the knee up. Give it a squeeze. Bring the other knee up. Give it a squeeze. Take a rock. Side to side. And then rocking all the way over to one side. And peel ourselves up off the mat. Coming back into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Now that might be different on this end of the practice than it was on the front. Roll the shoulders, tilt the head to one side. Oof. Stack the shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Take a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. How are you feeling? Taking a moment to notice. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your breath. It is what carries us through our day. It's what keeps us alive. So we want to give it that honor. And finally, checking in with your thinking. You can start to move those to-do lists back into the queue. Pick 5. I don't know. Take a moment and sincerely, truly evaluate what your schedule is going to be like today and what you would really like to get done. What needs to be done. Let's change it. What is time critical? Those are the things you can invite back into your queue. Releasing practice, blinking your eyes open. I'm going to take a lovely stretch outward. Oh, letting practice go, taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do and all of the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Listen, some weeks it's hard, some weeks it's easy. It's a tap dance, right? We're all doing the tap dance, and give yourself that grace. I mean, today I was excited and energized because I wrote a list on a sticky note. Please. That's what you got to, those are the little teeny, that's a victory, right? Take that victory and then use it to feed the fire, to move forward, maybe to something small. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga book. This is not the yoga book. This is the yoga company, the fucking yoga book, yoga for the rest of us, all of the benefits, none of the bullshit. This is a myth busting book. If you didn't know what yoga is, if you really don't know what yoga is, and you are asking people and they don't know what yoga is, and let me tell you, a lot of yoga instructors don't even know what yoga is, this is the book for you. If you want to know it's kind of a quick and dirty about all of the teeny weeny little things that make up what people believe yoga is, and then I tell you what it isn't. So that you can get yourself ready, get yourself prepared, and then, maybe convince somebody to step on the mat with you. The fucking yoga book. Thank you so much for subscribing. I just really, truly appreciate it. And take your small victories. Take your small victories. That's what feeds us, right? Ciao.